I'm sure you have ever heard about Lyon. Lyon is a big, nice city in the middle part of France, and it is famous to be capital of food. We say in French, capital of gastronomy. And I decided to bring you to a superb place, a temple dedicated to our local food, but even French food, and it's called Les Halles Paul Bocuse. I'm sure you have all heard about this famous cook chef. He died a few years ago. He was a perfect guy, very kind person who decided to tell all the chefs to get out of their kitchens and to meet their customers. So today I'm bringing you to this superb covered market to show you all our local products. Let's come with me. Around 60 boutiques are located in this covered market. This covered market belongs to the city itself, I mean the building, and in the 70s it's been built here to welcome all those boutiques dedicated to food. When I'm telling you about food, I mean delicatessen, cheese, wine, chocolates, pastries, oysters, everything dedicated to food. Lyon people love to come here in winter because it's warm inside and there are 60 shops where you can stroll around, taste products, taste good oysters with a glass of wine and enjoy time in this covered place. In summer we like to come here because there's air conditioning and all the products are amazing just to have a look to admire and then to buy. Let's go, I will show you. Everything is nice looking. Every shop, every boutique has its square, and underground there's a place where they store their goods. So every time you see an elevator which goes down for them to deliver all the goods which have been stored in this place. All around us, colorful things, beautiful macarons, and even the famous pastry of Lyon, which is called the tarte à la praline. The praline is a mix of almonds and nuts which have been crushed and which are used to make all those red tarts. Lots of sugar, but very good. To be eaten also with an ice cream. Macarons, we all love those kind of little pastries. What is fun is to find those macarons which can be also salted, for example with foie gras, or foie gras, or even cheese like gorgonzola, and they are very good. I can tell you. To be here with one of our friends who has, if you can see around his neck, French colors, French flag. So is what we call MOF, M-O-F. It means that he did a special competition to become one of the best butchers of France and even of Lyon. And if you have a look to his place, plenty of nice stuff, beautiful meat coming from France, coming from our nice regions around France and around Lyon. And you can see all the brochettes. I know that, for example, in the US you make lots of barbecues, good beef. Here you can find many chicken brochettes with tomatoes, with a curry sauce. Everything is good, high quality around us. People come here, they love to taste the famous oysters from Utah Beach, in Normandy. So those oysters just arrived yesterday and they are eaten right now. Look at that, people come, taste that with a glass of wine, most of the time Chardonnay wine. Let's have a look. They make the mayonnaise, crayfish, lemon, everything is good and is eaten directly. Very fresh, high quality. 3 salamis in Lyon. One is called Jesus. Jesus is a short salami made of pork, which has this kind of aspect. Very fresh, colorful, very red. It's only pork. We cut that into slices and we have that with a good glass of wine, Syrah grape, for example. This is called Jesus. When you come to this kind of market, you can ask for a few slices of this salami. Then this one is called saucisson de Lyon, saucisson of Lyon. We cut slices of that again, and it's made of pork plus beef. Look at the color. It's different, it's more brown, and it's more tasty. And this one is called rosette. You can ask also to have few slices of the rosette, which is the typical Lyon saucisson. Enjoy, it's good. So we love beef, but we love also the famous free-range chicken called poulet de Bresse. Everybody knows about this chicken in Lyon, in France, and this kind of chicken is eaten in the best restaurant of France, in those Michelin guide famous restaurants. This one is eaten in Paul Bocuse's restaurant. Imagine that. So when the customers come to this place, they know they are eating the same kind of product as Paul Bocuse's famous restaurant. Have a look to this chicken. This one, that was not a real one. This chicken is called the poulet de Bresse. It has very interesting things. Bleu, blanc, rouge, our French flag. So you will find here, first of all, the chicken is sold with his head. We don't cook anymore with the head, but for a long time, when the ladies were cooking, most of the time ladies were cooks, they were keeping the head because it was giving a special flavor and it was more tasty. Then the chicken has his blue legs, blue for the French flag. Then we know where it's been killed, but first of all, when he was grown up and where he was killed and where he was staying. Just imagine that this kind of chicken spent 6 months running in the countryside, eating good corn. Then, just to have a tender meat, we put it in a special place, dark place, before to kill him, to have a rest, for him to have a rest, for the meat to be very tender. So that's a high quality chicken, free-range chicken called poulet de Bresse. Have a look, it's written. Bresse region is really near to Lyon. We have around Lyon the best products to make an excellent food. The advantage of these covered markets is the fact that when you come here, you buy your stuff, the food is already made, then you go back home, just prepare a curly salad with a French dressing, and you eat what you have bought. For example, the famous pâté croûte. I'm sure you have never heard about that, but if you have a quick look, it is a pâté which can be made with chicken, with mustard, or even with duck, with foie gras. Even, for example, with morels, it's always meat, a pâté of meat with something. You buy a slice of that and you just put that on a curly salad. Then you can see those babies one, which are small ones. You know that France is a place where we love to have food. We love to spend time with our friends having a glass of wine, but also something to eat. Because if you drink without eating something, you feel very bad in a short time. So here, just not to feel being completely drunk, we love to have something to eat. Those baby pâté croûte are just eaten, being cut into slices, and they are not too big, so you can have dinner or lunch after that. Not in a bakery, it's not only bread. We call that brioche. Inside this big brioche is hidden a sausage which was already cooked, which is also sold here. When you come to this market, you buy that, put that in the oven at home, cut that into slices after 20 minutes because it's warm, and you eat that with a curly salad with a French dressing. There are 365 cheeses in France. It means that every day we can make our choice and choose another cheese. And I have to tell you that we never finish a meal without cheese. It's like a religion, having good cheese. It's good for calcium, good for energy, and we love to eat cheese with good bread. I will show you the bread later. But Coralie here, who is responsible of this place, has prepared for some good customers those cheeses prepared like that, looking beautiful, coming from the region, blue cheese, or even some Comté. I'm sure you've heard about Comté, and you might find that in some of your boutiques in the US. I have to show you this special cheese, which is a fresh cheese. It's usually eaten with a spoon, not so big. We put that on bread. We love to eat that with smoked salmon, or even on a potato put in the oven, a warm potato. You open the potato and put this cheese. You would compare that to some boursin, for example. And just have a look to those beautiful cheeses. People come here, ask the quantity of cheese they need or they want, and then they go back home and have a nice tray with all those cheeses from France. We are in a bakery, and have a look to the famous local usual baguette, 200 grams. We cut that into slices. We have that with the salami I showed you. We can have that also with the cheese I showed you. And above all, after the famous baguette, I'm sure you would love to find such a baguette in your country, because it's crusty and we love to have that every day. We go to buy our bread, but we love also to have our local food with special breads. So we have a bread with olives, for example. With olives, we cut that into slices, and it is, I would say, richer than an average baguette, which is already very good. So also with corn, bread with corn, isn't it amazing? And to finish with, have you seen this beautiful praline tart? The praline tart here is an amazing tart you have with your friends, which is made with this sugar, red sugar, and above all the nuts, which are crushed. Local specialty, Lyon, very good pastry. If you enjoy this tour in this covered market of Lyon called Les Halles Paul Bocuse, I hope you had a nice look to all the products, luxury, colorful products, coming from chocolates to pastries, to food, to wine, to meat, to cheese. Everything is amazing. Come to France, come to Lyon, and let's come to taste our good products.